Yeah.
And everyone, roll me recap for our very
You
short session today.
recap.
Yo,
Are you
audience,
kidding me?
It's
Oh,
a short one
The
today.
bad rolls don't end. It's me. It's me on
That
that one.
Oh.
Oh shoot! Do we need to contest?
3.
I guess we do.
Oh no! Oh no!
Alright,
Oh
Jason.
no! Oh no! Oh no, bro!
I got an 11.
I got a 14. Dang it, Spencer! You have
It
to
is
say
me
the line.
again.
You know the line. You gotta say it. For our
The
sakes,
line?
you gotta say it.
I don't know what line are you talking about? I'm scared.
I said it earlier when we were in Ted's thing.
Alright.
It starts with an S.
All right.
It's today's topic.
I know the line.
Alright, thank you.
Oh no!
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Recap for session 2. Today's topic: slavery. Our team of misfits made their way to Sylvan, where they immediately saw a wanted poster for the Short Spectre. Believing it may be some sort of chaos spawn, they got to work in interrogating around, asking people about the wanted poster. It was noticed that it was only alive, and that it was set up by Benjamin Ridge, like the wallet.
Yes.
Yes.
Benjamin Ridge. And in order to get an audience with him, Mogarn and Olaria waited in line for 3 hours, and then made their group seem much more important than they are, / kind of just revealing some backstory details about themselves that actually, a lot of them are kind of important figures in this world, sort of. So they got an audience with Benjamin, but before that, the other 3, Engine, Murray, and Amon, got to talk with Catelyn,
Yeah.
Catelyn Y, and she's real bossy, real mean, and she's saying that the shipments for both her and Benjamin's shipping companies were getting attacked by the Spectre. Anyways, then we got an audience with Benjamin, and he's like, "Hey, are you guys willing to help me like track the Short Spectre down? That'd be a good help." And we're like, "Yeah, we do that. We're heroes, I guess." And then he's like, "Cool, sign your lives away." And everyone signed their life away except Engine because he doesn't have a real name. It got stolen by Cacletta. And then that night we performed a stakeout, and we sure enough met the Short Spectre, but they weren't a chaos spawn, they were a person. Mogarn equipped his new armor, which is big and strong and powerful and cool, and nearly died immediately. Oh, actually, no, sorry. First we tried and failed to sneak up on them. Then Mogarn nearly died.
I don't know what you mean by we. I was successful.
I got 2 great rolls
just
and still
having
failed.
having a blood knife just go right through his back, spy Team Fortress 2 style.
It was technically a
But
psychic-
eventually we cornered the Short Spectre, and Alaria got them to trust her. It was revealed that they were actually...
Let's not ignore the fact that Murray absolutely destroyed
Oh, right!
them.
Murray
Oh,
pulled
man.
out the Yopper and said bang, dead, and also hit Short Spectre real hard with a nice critical hit, making Mogarn the only one without a crit so far, despite the fact that I have drawn him with the Golden Sparks 3 times.
I'm sure you'll actually crit.
Actually, you've drawn it 4
Look at it,
times.
Sid.
With my dice rolls, I have drawn it 4 times. You're right. Listen, Ted, with my dice rolls, I don't know about that one.
You just channel Johanna.
Channel Johanna. You're right.
Audience, Johanna
we
is a
got-
character from the side story Time Just All. You'd love to watch
No,
it.
you know that. You read the story document that's definitely out by now.
Yep.
Okay, so
For
we got
sure.
the Short Spectre
Yeah.
to trust
Wait,
Alaria. She's
Yeah,
actually a
y'all-
goblin girl. Real name Green Apple, and by that I mean real name Midori Ringo.
She's just outing
Um,
me to the normie English people.
she
Okay.
she does not trust the men. She does trust our token female character though. Um,
Wow,
and
you did not just sum Alaria up.
Just
Wow.
you did not
Holy.
just say that.
And that's why Alaria is not romancing you.
Wow. Oh my god.
and now I guess we're cool. Oh right, Midori said she like felt a burning sensation in her eyes, or at least a weird sensation in her eyes back during the Chaos War. So she's probably one of us. And now we're going back to our homestead, our hotel room, whatever it is, to sort
We're
things
getting her
out.
food.
It's a hotel.
This is what happens when you have me recap, okay? Don't like it? Don't have me roll.
I still
Stop
can't
rolling
believe
that
you
once.
said that. I can't
Wow.
believe that.
It looks like Mogarn is gonna be the sexist one this time. I
I
apologize. I apologize, Bryce. I did not
No,
that was way
it's-
worse.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. Mogan, just remember this next combat.
Oh boy. With that, as we return with our small group at the current moment, you are heading back to your I guess it's hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Yes. It is currently 1 o'clock in the morning, as you know. The shipments come in at midnight. An hour has passed. You are currently with Midori heading back. And that is where we will pick up. The 6 of you, now with Midori, are currently walking along the street.
There's 6 of us.
She is currently walking behind most of the group, aside from Ilaria, who is behind her. So, lots of tension, right? Let's break that, everyone. Murray, you released a golden flash back there. That was pretty nice. Way to go! Nice shooting. I told you, man. Your moment would come.
Hey, no hard feelings, young lady, little lady.
Yeah. Alaria, nice talking back there. Thanks to you, that ended without any more bloodshed.
Yeah. It was definitely good. Glad you were able to stop any other forms of violence, Midori.
Yep. Cool. All right.
Look, we really shouldn't be talking much about this out in the open, especially if there's people around.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So, what a crazy night.
I want sleep.
Yeah. Engine.
We still have a mission.
Yep.
We haven't figured out where that thing is yet.
Yes.
Now we're back to square one.
Yeah. Has anyone felt any burning sensation in your eyes or anything?
No, not that I can think of.
In that kind of path.
Oh.
And that only really comes when we're fighting.
I feel a tired sensation in my eyes.
Right. Well, hey, look, here we are. We're back.
I believe the first order of business is to get Miss Ringo some food.
Yeah. What do you like to eat there, Midori? Anything will suffice. Okay, that's vague enough that I don't really know what to do.
No preferences whatsoever?
Nothing too sweet, I guess.
Nothing too sweet it is.
Nothing too sweet. Well, it is night. Something too sweet. Maybe something I can quickly make up. All right, I'll see what I can make. On the other hand, should she be out in the open when we walk in? Or, he's right. It's fine.
That depends. Will you be recognized without your hood on?
Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. We can't really let them see me, though.
That is true. But you are good with stealth.
If you must sneak in, then I can show you our room.
That
Just
too.
point it out and I'll get in. Something simple. I'm used to sneaking into places.
I know how to get from our room from here. Follow me. If that is acceptable.
She's going to insight into your intentions. Let's see how dumb she is. So about the
boy, let's do this.
stats, see if she rolls bad, I mean, she's like, you're gonna, insight. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay, that's a 19. As she looks at you, she could tell that you don't have, I mean, I'm assuming you have no nefarious purposes.
No, I do not.
As she can look at you and tell that you do not appear to have any agendas of any kind, you are genuinely trying to help her get in, she will follow you. Okay. Lead the way there, Mr. Past Guy.
I will see you all in the room.
See you
Thanks,
there.
Engine. Way to go. Fist bump. Do you fist bump him?
I can't just leave a man hanging like that. I do it, but like very quickly.
Amon will remember that. As
You don't just leave someone hanging.
You don't just leave
Uh,
someone
like
hanging.
that's truly evil. I could never.
As Murray, Alaria, Mogarn, and Amon head inside the building, it's become rather quiet. The attendant, I guess you would call them, at the front of the building is different. It seems they have swapped out, changed shifts and all that. This person is on the night shift. Generally, the entire building is quiet. As you step in, they greet you. Welcome back. As they recognize you and your authority, as you like show them your room key. And are you going to head back to the room?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. As the four of you,
Ogarn's gonna flop on the bed and flop like a fish.
as the four of you head to the bedroom, as you open the door, what are you doing the second you enter your room?
First and foremost, making sure that there is no areas where people can hear things.
I'm gonna check how thick the walls are.
Yes.
I
I'm
am
gonna do a fire check.
I'm going to place an alarm spell on the door.
On the
Alarm,
front door
Alarm.
or the window?
Oh, good point.
Because
It does say
depending
mark
on
a
how
door.
Are people
I
getting
assume a window
in? Your friends might trip it. So
No, I can designate friendly creatures on an alarm.
oh, okay.
Designates it so that engine's fine, however.
Right, can I roll an Arcana check just in case?
You can roll a Arcana check if you want.
He wants to do the patented Arcana check.
That's a 6. I don't notice anything.
There's definitely magic somewhere in the world.
Yo, all of you guys are
Also-
magic. That's crazy.
I'll
said
specify
magic.
this. This is the silent alarm variant. I guess there's two variants: an audible alarm and a silent alarm. This is the
Got it.
silent alarm, so only I can hear it if it's tripped.
Got it. Got it.
Oh.
That makes a lot more sense. All right, thank you for clarifying. All right. As you all do that, Amon quickly goes to his bag. All right, let's see here. As he sets up like a small little plate, apparently he has an entire kitchen in his bag. As he proceeds to take out various little items, he takes out one of those like camping small grills, if you know what I mean. But it's like a lot
Yeah.
more old timey as he like lights it himself, like naturally with like a match. And then he immediately takes out a small pan. He starts searching through his bag. It's probably best to just keep it simple. Like a sandwich kind of simple. It's hard to mess up roast beef. It's not exactly sweet. Yep, alright. I know what I'm gonna make. As he immediately gets to cooking. He starts slicing bread, starts cooking some roast beef. Yeah, he's probably just gonna make a steak and cheese with some roast beef. Damn, now I'm kind of hungry again. All right, sorry. As he gets to that, we will cut back to Midori and Engine. All right, what are you doing?
I'm going to go to the alleyway. I assume it's near like a bunch of buildings.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use the building next to it to like sort of climb up to the suitable elevation.
All right. I'm gonna ask you to roll me an acrobatics check. I'm gonna say to like scale the building, and like, I'm assuming you're like trying to scale the building and then like hop into the window like frame.
Yeah.
We're gonna say like a DC 12 should probably be good enough.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics for sure.
That's a 14.
All right. As you do so, you skillfully hop kind of from like rock to rock. There might be like a staircase system, but I doubt it. I doubt there's like a ladder, like in like kind of apartment complexes. But
Yeah.
you do skillfully like hop from like window pan to like window pan kind of deal. Watching you do this, Midori is going to try. Please don't fuck up. Oh, she's good. She's good. She's good. She's got this.
Yeah, I mean, she's a rogue. She should probably have a really high
What the fuck?
modifier.
All right, hold on. As she tries to hop up, it seems that her short size is kind of preventing her from doing it properly, as she seems to struggle a bit.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Ranga?
No, I've done this before. I've got it. Let me just. Yeah. Yeah, I could use a hand.
I will assist her.
No touching though.
I will guide her.
All right. You're gonna give her advantage. Oh my.
I
Okay.
can actually give her guidance, but that's a touch. No, I can't give her guidance.
She immediately got a 24. Engine with the guidance. As you guide her up the path, she quickly hops up and around. All right, not bad. You're pretty good at that. All right.
It's an acquired skill.
Yep.
Just through this window here.
Okay. All right. Let's see. As you open the window, you find your friends inside.
Hey,
The rest of you see them come in. Hello. Big room. Very big room.
no one was outside that you could see, was there?
The dead of
Not
night.
a soul.
Good.
There's a lot of beds
Yeah.
in here. You got like a room of 6 beds. There's only like 5 of you, right?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I just...
Yeah, by all means.
Okay. I'm just gonna... As she like tiptoes over to one of the beds. Is this one taken?
There is no real preference on that. Take whatever bed you want.
Okay. That's cool. Thank you. As she immediately jumps and flops into the bed. Oh my god, it's been so long. So long since a real bed. Oh my god. Oh. Warmth. Real warmth. Oh.
Is the window still open, by the way?
No, of course.
Okay, good.
Engine immediately shut that.
Valid.
Yeah.
So soft. Like a big cloud.
When was the last time you had a bed?
Well, if we're talking about a proper one, about 1.5 years ago.
Well, hot damn.
When you travel around a lot, it's basically bed rolls.
I see.
And you know, being who I am.
Well, now you can take the opportunity to fully enjoy this.
You guys are being nice. Why? What do you gain from it?
Nothing, really. Just knowing that someone who hasn't been able to enjoy something as simple as a bed deserves that much. And besides, seems like there's a lot more to you in this situation than meets the eye.
So I don't freak you out?
Why?
What do you mean, why? I'm a goblin.
And?
As you say that, she kind of tilts her head. That doesn't bother you at all?
Why should it?
Because goblins just pillage, kill, slaughter.
Yeah, that's what's said most of the time, but that's not the right thing to do, is to just assume everything. To just believe that every single being is exactly how they're described to be. That's foolish.
Weird. You're the first person to ever say that to me. Well, second, actually. Usually when people see that I'm a goblin, they try to hunt me down.
Who was the first?
Doesn't matter.
I guess not.
What's that smell? It smells good. Oh!
Oh yeah, that's probably Amon.
Huh. Yeah, well, you know, it's not sweet. So I had to make something real quick. Luckily, I have my own ingredients right here. I can't use the kitchen again. They won't let me. For some reason, too. I was really nice about it. Well, whatever. I made you a nice steak and cheese. I mean, it's nothing special, but I mean, it's just some simple ingredients put together as she immediately grabs it and starts devouring it quickly. Oh! Oh, okay. Oh my god. Real food. Ah, it's been so long. Wow. She really likes it, Ilaria.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't? Came from you after all.
Oh, you, as he like pats you on the shoulder lightly. You're too nice sometimes, you know that?
I'm just telling you how it is. Your cooking's good.
Aww. Thank you. It means a lot. Like, it means the world. Like, you actually don't know how much it means.
You're welcome.
As she quickly devours the entire sandwich, reminder that this is basically a sandwich sized for like, this is like a big sandwich sized for like a normal, like human-sized person, and Midori's very short, big for a goblin, but very short. So you just see this massive sandwich get devoured instantly by this kind of short woman. I haven't had something that nice in so long. Thank you. Amon, was it, right? Yep, that's the name. But you could call me the Purple Flare. What does that mean? Oh, it's my... Never mind. Okay. Whatever. So... What are you all doing here in Selvin?
Miss Sapor, how are the walls?
How were the walls, Mitch, by the way?
Roll me...
I mentioned it.
Roll me investigation.
Alright. Investigation. That's a crit.
You know immediately that while the walls are not very thick, for the sake of protecting hotel goers from maybe making too much noise, if you get my meaning, they are sound blocking walls. Because a lot of the time people use these hotels for yeah, you know.
No sound's getting out of here. So if we're gonna talk about anything, best do it now.
Very
The
good.
question is, do we?
I don't know. I mean, we did just meet her. It's really good. Do we know for sure she's, you know?
The only thing we have left is to verify her claims. Once we know exactly, I think we can be a bit more open about that.
So what do we say now?
I don't know. What about you, Mogarn? What do you think? You're usually the most cautious of us, I guess.
Hmm?
Oh, go back to bed? I'm sorry I woke you.
Let Mr. Veer sleep.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Need that energy.
Sorry. Man, I didn't know he was asleep. I shouldn't have done that. I feel bad.
Don't worry about it. He doesn't seem that mad about it.
He
For
seems a
now,
bit more
we can say
angry
we're
than
really
with
on
our new
here for
guest.
business.
Yes. Yeah, it's not as if I don't entirely get it. I mean, she did stab him.
Yeah, she did. She definitely did.
She did stab you too.
She did stab me. But I guess I have thicker skin.
Yeah, well, that one shot me, so I guess we're fair. Or whatever.
Again, no hard feeling.
What the hell were those golden sparks?
You've never
That
seen
was
them before, have you?
No. Why? Seemed like some kind of special ability.
Right you are.
You could say that.
I imagine it was some kind of magic. I've seen plenty of that stuff. Lots of crazy, powerful people in this world there are.
Indeed.
In regards to your question, we're here on business. We just so happen to learn about a certain specter, and we're going to investigate what that was about. But now that we know your side of things, now this is a lot more than just a simple business matter. It's about putting an end to a trade that shouldn't have started to begin with.
I see. You seem honest enough. At the very least, you haven't turned me away like everyone else. That's something.
About that.
What's up?
So, you said that you've been traveling a lot. You seem to know a lot about this slave trade.
Yeah. It's what I do. This world has a lot of ugliness hidden under the clean surface, let's just say.
I'm guessing that you were a part of that then, weren't you?
Something like that.
I see.
Point is, somebody in this town is continuing that.
You know
Taking
who it
innocent
is?
people and selling them off. Quite despicable behavior.
Yeah. Now, you said before that you believe it's Benjamin. Is there any reason why you might think that?
I don't know if it's Benjamin or Catelyn. See, the hard part about this place is that both of these trade companies basically follow the same routes, and they're closely tied, and it's hard to tell which ship and which thing belongs to which person sometimes. It's really hard to discern which of them is the actual one doing it, especially since both of them are so tight-lipped about their business. And unlike you guys, I can't just talk to people to try and find out information.
I see.
I thought by sneaking onto one of these ships, I could figure out which of them is the perpetrators. After all, that Catelyn woman's always checking on her ship. Sometimes Benjamin comes down at night and checks on his. It's only been going on for a bit now, but they keep fending me off. Once they became aware of my existence, it became a hell of a lot harder to, well, do this. But if you are serious and you want to help, it should make things a hell of a lot easier. That's for sure.
Any form of corruption like that needs to be eliminated.
Yeah, you could say that again. I mean, jeez. Slavery? You can't just do that to people. It's awful.
There was a war fought over something exactly like that. Let's make sure that we can put an end to this before it has to go further.
Now it seems like they can slip through the cracks just because their operation is too stealthy. We'll make them aware that that was a mistake.
Yeah, Big Sis Sophie
Yeah,
stopped that about, like, well over 10 years ago. That whole Protosia Empire thing. Everyone thought they were, like, an honorable empire and stuff. They were always providing goods. It turns out they're all a bunch of slave owners. I mean, come on. How can you pretend to help people and then do that kind of stuff? It doesn't make sense.
Disgusting two-faced monsters.
You got that right.
I'm not.
Its roots are even
I'm
deeper
not.
than just that. It made it worse.
Yep. The scum of the earth. They need to be taken care of.
Would you allow me a question, Miss Renga?
Go ahead.
How long have you been here in Selvin?
Not long. Probably about 2.5 weeks now. I was hoping to only be here for a night or two, but this dragged out far longer than I wanted it to. I've tried a multitude of options of sneaking onto that ship, but they keep increasing their security, let's just say, each night. If only I didn't mess up that first night, they wouldn't have seen anything coming. But now the whole town is aware of my existence. I guess I'm a bit of a failure in that regard.
Well, have you done this kind of thing before?
Yes. Many times. Sad to say, but there are a bunch of small outlets, let's just say, for these types of slavers. I've been going down the chain, let's say, following each route, cutting off everyone who even remotely tries to continue this kind of work. It's been a very long journey, but I'm not gonna stop until it ends forever. And the last slaver in this godforsaken world is dead and gone. And then...
Well, in regards of getting rid of those bastards, can get behind that.
I mean, yeah, we should definitely lock them all up. Throw away the key. I mean, they're...
Murder them, even.
What? No.
Good morning, Mogarn.
You guys just go around killing people.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
never
if you have
spent-
slavers. Who cares?
No, you have to
Makes the
lock
world
them
better in
up.
my book.
You have to.
Yeah, what
You
if they
know.
get out? What if they start slaving again? Just sounds like more work for us.
You
Well,
lock
we just
'em-
lock them up in a more
No,
high
they would never get.
security.
They wouldn't get free. That's not how that works.
Sometimes the influence
Oh,
of
kid. Oh, I'm too tired for this.
sometimes the influence of one as wrong as that can lead to many, many consequences.
Still, that doesn't give us the right to be judge and jury over people's lives. I mean, it's up to like the public and the people who like got enslaved. I don't want to just go around killing people just because they committed crimes. I mean, I'm not saying I forgive them or anything. I mean, I definitely think they need to be stopped. But what gives us the right to just go around killing people? Even if they do, maybe deserve it.
Let's look at it this way. In some capacity, fair enough. We shouldn't be the ones who have to deliver that blow. You're right, we shouldn't. But, another thing. What happens if we just sit idly by? How many more people will be hurt in that
Well, nobody's
time?
saying anything about sitting idly by. I say we give the smackdown to them, but then we, lock them up. Isn't that arguably worse of a crime? I mean, like, worse of a punishment? That they have to sit there and live with their actions? Are you saying you're just gonna go around killing people?
Listen, you have a point. Or at least you would if we were not talking about slave traders. If you're talking about, like, a thief, a scammer, hell, maybe even a hitman. Okay, fair enough. We're talking about people who trade other people as property. That is... There's
It's
no
awful.
coming back from that.
It's awful. I agree. I'm not saying these people are redeemable. But I'm just saying, we don't have the right to just go around killing people because we decide that they deserve it. What kind of right to sense does that make?
Fair, good point.
There are many means of dishing out punishments. I do believe there are fates far worse than death.
Yeah, see, Engine agree. I mean, that's not how I would exactly word it, I guess, but I don't think we should just go around killing people we don't like.
How about-
I mean, I know that's a gross oversimplification.
I had an idea. What if we, for their punishment, they have to become a slave?
What?
that
No.
is-
What?
That is...
That fixes nothing.
Murray, what the hell, man? That would just make us as bad as they are. That doesn't solve the problem at all. You better stop saying that kind of stuff right now.
I do agree. I'm sorry. I do agree with you that we shouldn't murder, but I also agree there should be some form of punishment.
Look, all I will say on this is I agree with Mogarn. Most of the time, in most circumstances, yeah, we shouldn't do anything like that. But sometimes, there are those that it is best that they are not kept alive.
But how does that solve anything? Isn't it better to expose them for their crimes? And we know people who can lock them up forever.
And they probably know people that can cover it up.
That doesn't mean we have to lower ourselves by just killing people.
That wouldn't be much lower for me.
As this conversation is going on, Midori has looked back and forth and heard what everyone has said. When Murray said what he did, Midori looked very angry. at his words. And as she continues surveying this conversation, she finally speaks. This Mogarn guy and the Ilaria are in the right mind. People like this deserve nothing. They've already caused so much suffering. There is no fixing what they've done. The only results, the only option they deserve, the only thing they should ever get, a knife to the heart.
I can understand your feeling on this, and why you think death is ideal. My only issue with that it's too easy for them. They get a quick and easy out that way. They don't get to suffer as much as the people they have put down have. That is my issue with simply going with murder for the option.
Understand, I'm not interested in making people suffer longer than needs be. Killing them and being done with it is the way to go. Simple and clean.
And yet they'll continue to rise up if you just murder them. But if you prove that this action will have unforeseen consequences, then you will deter a whole future worth of villains.
Death isn't a good enough consequence for you?
I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit of a foolish statement there, Engine. If that was true...
Think what you will.
If what you say is true, then why the hell is it still going on many years after the worldwide slave trade ended? The truth
The punishment was not harsh enough.
As if Gabriel Pradosia, the emperor of the Pradosia Empire, he was locked away for his actions. And yet,
as
for
I
some
stated,
frickin'
the
reason,
punishment was not hard enough.
And then there's Leon Turdanis, who still lives to this very day. If only I was right. I was right there in Anagaya. When
Can I insight that one?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna insight that one. 14.
14. What specifically are you trying to insight into? Like, what are you trying to figure out from what she just said?
Trying to figure out what she means by I was right there in Anagaya.
As you try to figure out what that means, I'd say with a 14, you get the understanding that at some point in Anagaya's past, Midori was probably there and probably out to kill Leon Turdanis. However, you don't know to what extent or under what way. But she's going to continue. I was right there. If that thing didn't break out at that moment. Oh.
What thing?
The Chaos War. 10 years ago now, I guess. The people, they just started losing it. All those things were running around attacking people. And then everyone started acting completely differently. The people, they tried to assault people and they tried to... God, it's like she's saying this, she's like rubbing her like head, like in pain. I'm glad that armored guy was there. If he wasn't, God knows what would have happened.
Armored guy?
Backing on a guy 10 years ago, during the Chaos War. There were a bunch of those creatures. People were, acting out their inner urges, let's just say. And they weren't asking for consent, if you understand my meaning. But then that armored man appeared, fought some kind of woman, and then he kind of stopped what was happening. I tried to help. Didn't really get involved that much. But I saved a couple people. Of course, when I did and they saw what I looked like, they shunned me away anyways, but that was quite the awful day. I'm sorry I don't know more about what you're talking about. But everyone was affected by that damn Chaos War. It's hell on earth.
That right.
Hell on earth for an entire month. Luckily, I avoided most of it. None of those effects did anything to me. Except made my eyes burn. Don't know what that was about.
Look, the Chaos War was awful. I don't think any of us could argue anything else.
You could say that again.
If there's one thing it taught me, is that if you don't go for the cutthroat option when it is absolutely necessary, forget anything else. And so much more can be done.
Well, we're not talking about an uncontrollable creature anymore, are we? This isn't like back then. This is something a lot more controllable. If we have an option to not have to kill this person, and instead lock them up forever, display them to everyone for their crimes and actions, and then let, the people and the system decide their fate, and that's better, isn't it? Just because we feel like we're in the right for deciding doesn't mean we are. I'm not saying this person should even live. I'm just saying the call isn't up to us. We can stop them, but in terms of whether they should live or die, I just don't think we have any right to decide that. Because if we do, if we just go around starting to decide who lives and dies, I mean...
We'd be like the redeemed spirits.
What?
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
You've heard the stories of what they've done. Did they leave many decisions of who lived or died up to the people? No. They took out who was a problem, who was a threat.
Yeah. Big Sis, Sophie, and the others did do that.
You seem to
But
forget the
since
fact that
then-
they didn't really have a choice in the matter.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of their stuff was like world-ending threats. I mean, the god Ilios. On the day I was born, they had to fight him.
Yeah, this is one thing. What about the rest?
Well, I guess in a fight to the death, if you had no choice, then, taking a life to save your own, or save someone else, I can't disagree with that.
Angel and demon champions that caused many many problems, as you have said, died to them.
That was also a war, though. War's a lot different from what we're doing right now. We're not nearly as... This is a whole lot more complicated than I thought it'd be.
It's only complicated because you're overthinking it. Just kill him. Be done with it. Who cares?
I don't want to hear that. Listen,
Look.
just because you've given up on trying to do things in a less violent way doesn't mean there's not another option.
Look, I get it. You don't want to have to do something like that. We shouldn't have to do something like that, and that's fair. I can't let suffering continue, Amon. And I won't.
Malaria. I know. I know you can't. And we're not going to. But if you have the option to lock them away, to not take that action, to not kill someone because you think you have the right to, I think it'd be better if we expose them and then lock them away. And we know we have the resources, far more than some trading company. Besides, maybe they have information that can lead us to other people like this. Maybe we can unmask the entire operation. I mean, if it comes down to it, and your life is really at danger, and I understand, but I hope you realize that there is a better option. But that's just my opinion. I can't decide how you choose to live your life, Malaria. And I understand why you feel the way you do. But still, always remember, we have the option to be better if we want to be.
I know.
This kid's really naive. Well, you can do whatever you want. I know what I'm going to do if I get my chance.
Call it what you want, but know that he wants the safety of all of those people the same as you do.
I can tell that. He seems like a good-hearted young man. He's not going to last long if he stays that way. You know that.
Well, that's
don't
why
you?
we're here.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Same here.
Kinda late. If we all intend to do this again tomorrow night, if that's what you intend to do, then we should all get some rest. At this point, it's 2 in the morning. And I have not had a normal bed in a very long time. But if you want to keep talking and do what you want to do, point
Get
is, if
your
you're
rest.
helping me, that is enough.
Get your rest. You need it.
You're absolutely right, as she once again flops down on the bed and immediately passes out, drool coming out of her mouth. Did you hear what she said earlier? Anagaya? Isn't that what, you know?
Yeah,
Hmm,
it is.
didn't
Should I roll insight or would I know?
roll history. I don't think
Oh,
that's insight.
history.
That's
Okay.
definitely history.
Are you kidding
definitely
me?
history.
Mogard, come on. That's a 5.
That is
Oh,
a
no.
5. You have no idea what event they're talking about. As far as you're concerned, the entire world was attacked during the Chaos War, so you're like, this was probably just another event that went down. If someone else wants to try in history, they can.
Let's try a history check. Let me see what my history is. +1. 18.
All right, 18 is probably good enough. Jason, for the sake of it, does Engine want to?
For the sake of it, I guess.
I would say you and Ilaria can roll with advantage.
Okay.
I know that Bryce.
I didn't know it was. I was gonna say I didn't know it was. It was
You
I
basically.
didn't think Bryce would have to.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
That
Well,
is
it's a good
15.
thing. It's a good thing I have advantage because that first roll was a 2.
Yo,
That
Debbie
is-
up.
Dabby up. That is a 21.
21. I would say you all probably make it. What did you get again, Engine? You got a 15?
15.
15 is like the DC. You know that on October 15th, year X698, Onagaya was attacked by the deadly sin of lust. And you know that during that battle on that day, Halston, the second strongest mortal, and a godslayer, stepped in to protect Onagaya from it. You know that Halston was the one responsible for saving Onagaya that day. And that is probably all I can say for that. So she was there during that. I've heard the stories, but it's another thing to meet someone who was there.
I hate to think what exactly she went through, especially considering who was there.
Yeah. Ugh.
Judging by her statement, doesn't seem like it was that peachy.
Yeah. Sounds like she saved some people, though. And her goals does seem to be just helping enslaved people. Maybe she's not so bad. Seems like she's got the right intentions. Although the whole murdering thing is a bit...
The only thing that could be an issue was us getting her sidetracked in our goal with the things we have to take care of.
That's also true.
Would she be so willing to drop that for an unforeseen amount of time? Doesn't seem
Well,
like the type.
Suppose
It's
we leave it
true.
up to her.
But if she knew what could happen if we don't succeed, I mean, maybe that's enough, right? I mean, she seemed pretty bothered by the Chaos War and all that.
If she's
If she-
bothered by what the Chaos War could bring, then if she has any sense, I would hope that she would agree.
Yeah. You heard what she said, too, right? She said she wasn't directly affected by any of that stuff. Maybe it's true. Maybe
It is
she's...
increasingly likely that she is, in fact, one of us.
Indeed.
I mean,
It's hard to
she did
tell,
say
though.
her eye, she had that eye thing.
If only we knew where that frickin' thing was. And we'd be able to be, like, 100% sure that she's one of, you know...
Yeah, and it's not like we can have a chaos spawn drop from the sky.
Don't,
Yeah.
We have
don't
no
take
information
things
on
like
that. It's frustrating.
I wonder if this is what all adventurers have to go through. Confusing questions like this.
It wouldn't be an adventure if it was easy, now would it?
You're right.
No.
Yeah,
But
an easy
I
adventure
guess-
wouldn't be any fun anyway.
Yeah. But I guess figuring this stuff out is what separates the adventurers from the non-adventurers. If what Isaac said is true, then this is just the beginning level. If we can't handle what's going on here, then how the hell are we going to stop anything? All right. I've committed it to myself. We're going to fix everything here in Selvin. We're going to stop whoever this slaver is, whether it be Catelyn or Benjamin. And then we're going to stop whatever that chaos spawn is, wherever it appears. And then we're going to come home with the hero of order. Right, everyone?
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna catch some sleep. Sorry for waking you a lot, Mogard.
Oh, I wasn't even sleeping. There's a lot to think about today.
I can pour you some warm milk if you want. It should help you sleep.
Whether sleep actually comes for me or not is up to the universe to decide.
Well, if you ever need advice, I can try and help. But we should get our sleep, because we probably have a big day tomorrow. Especially if we're going to go out again at night.
Probably gonna have a
Alright.
lot of big days in our future. I would get used to this.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed. What about the rest of you guys? I'll
Yeah, I'm
stay
gonna
up
go-
if you need someone to talk to.
No. We'll probably get some sleep eventually.
Ilaria, it's late.
Don't worry. We'll be ready for tomorrow. Trust me.
Alright. Make sure you get your sleep, okay?
We'll do.
Night, Engine.
Sleep well, Mr. Lucifero.
Yeah. Are you still gonna sleep in that thing? I mean, like, is it comfortable?
Sleep well, Mr. Lucifero.
Oh,
That literally
you're-
did
you,
not
you
answer
are.
your question.
You are an ongoing mystery. I can't wait to figure you out, and I will, whether it takes 10 years or a couple days. All right, good night, everyone. As Amon immediately jumps into
Nah,
bed
man.
and passes immediately out, clothes full on. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go to bed too.
Mogard, are you going to sleep, or at least
Yes.
try? Do you succeed in sleeping, or is it very much like you're still awake?
I get to decide.
You know what? I'm gonna say eventually you get to sleep.
Okay.
Roll a d6 though.
Roll a d6. 1. Oh boy, low rolls even
Oh.
on the other die.
That's actually good. It means it only takes 1 hour for you to fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
One.
What?
Six, you probably would have been up till like 8 in the
8
morning.
a.m.
I would have only gotten a short rest.
Engine and Ilaria, what are you two doing? I have a suspicion you're not going to go to bed right away.
Not yet. Not yet.
You all need to flirt. I mean, wait, what?
Tell me
Uh,
something. When you were saying whole thing about other means of punishment, what exactly is your take?
My take could be a lot of things. There's a deep well. A lot of things that can be considered as punishment. Depends on the crime.
Any examples?
For true scum, starts with torture.
So you're saying that beating someone to the brink of their life would be better suited than killing them?
It is not the fact that killing them is the problem. It's the fact of how swift it is. They are truly disgusting, rotten to the core. I believe that should be slow and painful.
I see. Know this, Engine. When it comes to things like that, every moment matters. regardless if you believe you have an advantage or not. Sometimes it's not worth that risk. I'm gonna get a bit of fresh air before I get some sleep.
Does it not bother you, the fact that we have no information on the Chaos Spawn?
It does. A lot, actually. That's what I was thinking of trying to figure out. Killing a few birds at one stone, I guess you could call it. What about you?
It's infuriating. All this work, yet we come up short. How can I just rest when there's so much to be done? So much to be pondered on.
Well, instead of pondering, I plan on trying to do something about it. You are free to join me if you wish.
You don't think I'm always trying to do something about it?
No, I know. I just figured I'd say it anyways.
This fresh air you plan on getting, is it more than that?
As I said, going to take a look around. Try to see if I can find anything chaos related. And if not, then get as much rest as I can before tomorrow.
And a set of 2 eyes will be better than a set of 1.
By all means.
What are the 2 of you doing?
Searching! I take it.
You are heading out and checking out Selvin in the middle of the night, is this correct?
Yes.
How long are you going to do this for?
It's 2, so probably an hour or 2.
Yeah, I'd say an hour, because if we're not gonna find anything in an hour, we're probably, since it's a small place, we're probably not gonna find anything if we just continue to stick around.
I'm going to say, either both of you can roll investigation or perception, make your choice, and you can either assist each other or go your own ways. Depending on your rolls, I will determine if you find anything out or not.
I'm a fan of perception. What about you, Bryce?
I'm a fan of investigation. What is your perception?
+5.
My investigation's +3, so if anyone's helping anybody...
Shall I roll the perception with advantage then?
By all means.
Engine, can you roll me a perception check with advantage?
14.
Alright, not a terrible roll.
First roll was like a 4.
Yo, what rolls? Damn,
Specifically, are you just wandering around seeing if you find anything, or are you doing something specific to try and investigate?
So, with my knowledge of how the Chaos Spawn operate, we'll try to go to the place that seems like it'll have the most mixed emotions and try to look around there.
If anything, that would probably be the docks, considering.
With a 14, I'm going to say, as you head over to the docks, by now the ships have been boarded, they're completely empty, all the staff and people are gone from them. As you try and understand a bit more, try to find anything to try and help you get a bit closer to the mystery that is where this chaos spawn could be, you do begin to focus quite hard, and with Alaria's help, you notice that the ground feels strange. Not in the sense that it's physically strange, but in the sense that you can have a bad feeling. It feels like the town and the port have a negative aura to it. As you kind of like bring your hand closer to the ground, as you kind of search inside yourself using your arcane abilities to try and feel anything, you can feel that compared to some normal locations you've been, it feels like the land itself is a bit off.
You notice that?
That I do.
I don't know what we're gonna find tomorrow. But something tells me I think our goals are about to align.
If that is the case, it is beneficial to us. 2 birds with 1 stone, as you said.
Yep.
With the acquired knowledge, you then head back and go to sleep.
Yep.
I didn't realize that was a question. Yes.
I also didn't realize it was a question.
I should have clarified. You have acquired some form of something.
Yes.
As you head back, you fall to sleep. As the morning rises, all of you get up a bit later than usual. You understand that waking up early here is not beneficial to your cause. You all achieve a long rest. Any wounds or injuries or spell slots expended on anything are restored as
Go.
as everyone's back to peak capacity. I'm going to say that considering you guys kind of went to bed a bit later than everyone else. Let's see, like 2. We're going to say everyone got 8 hours. We're going to say you're going to wake up at 10 o'clock. A bit late, but all of you understand that most of what you're going to be doing is going to be at night. So it's better to rest up for the day ahead and see if you can try and find any more information before another raid. We're going to be using this theme again because it's just very fitting. It is funny that we get this theme in both things. Audience, you don't know what that means, and you never will.
But do they know?
It's a bit of a trap to try and figure out what that means.
That's funny.
You
don't know why. Question of the day,
and-
what do you think that means?
Question of the day, what do you think that means? For us, it's like the middle of the day.
Question of
Or
the day.
night.
Do you know?
The question is, do you know?
The Muffin Man.
Oh, right.
Do you know
As
the Muffin Man?
As the morning rises and you all awaken, you all gather together once more. You have the rest of the day to try and maybe gather some clues, get a bit closer to finding out something about not only the Chaos Spawn, but about who out of the 2 training companies is slaving people and partaking in this undercover slave trade that appears to be going on. Sadly, you are lacking in quite a lot of information, and Midori's only able to offer as much help as she can. With that, as you all reconvene, you are still in the room. You are all up. You have all eaten at this point. Once again, Amon just seems intent on cooking for all of you all the time. He has made breakfast sandwiches for everyone to their specific means. Engine continues to evade ever being seen eating. As far as people are concerned, he doesn't eat stuff at all. He throws it away when nobody's looking. But he actually is 100% eating it. He's just that good. As the rest of you finish your meals, Midori, once again, ecstatic to have a proper meal at this point. The 6 of you are together in a room. What do you want to do? Do you want to discuss, plan, maybe do a bit of investigating? What is the goal?
I say we do some
Miss
investigating.
Ringo, with the knowledge you have, you said you are uncertain on which trading company is doing the deeds, correct?
Yes, it is quite hard to figure out who of them it is.
So that does broaden our search a fair bit.
Yes, it certainly doesn't help that it only happens at night. And I'm sorry to say, but I don't even know if it's always every night. There's a chance that on some nights they don't do it at all. I know that isn't very
Perhaps at the
reliable.
dock, there could be a few squealers.
Squealers, huh? I'm glad you're able to do that kind of stuff. I've been so limited in my actions for quite some time. If you're able to actually talk to people, then this will certainly be beneficial. Well, we definitely need to find stuff out. I mean,
Yeah,
if we just go in tonight with no idea of which of the two it could be.
Yeah, I
This is
think
gonna
we
be-
should probably split up. I think 3 of us should go look at one, investigate one, and 3 of us go investigate the other.
Ooh, divide and conquer. I like that. Well, what do we think the situation should be?
I'm gonna go investigate Benjamin. Who's
What
with
did
me?
we do? What were the teams we did last time? It was me,
Leave with
Engine,
me,
and
you, and Engine.
yeah, we should mix it up. Maybe I'll go with. You know what? Let's go together, best buddy, this time. That work with you?
Huh? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that works with me.
Something the matter?
Sorry, I don't do well with mornings.
Okay.
I think Mr. Dirtlaw is correct. Divide and conquer is the best way to approach this, but I still believe we can cover more ground. I don't think we particularly need to be in concrete teams. While we can choose to focus our searches on one company, don't have to do it right next to each other.
That's true, but I'm not very good at looking at stuff.
I'll have your
Hey,
back in though.
Hey, okay, I'll go with Ilaria, because she's very good at this kind of stuff, I think. I mean, she's one of the smartest people I know.
Fair enough.
What about the rest of you guys? What are you gonna do?
Mr. Vierce, what are your thoughts on the matter?
Honestly, if we're making teams, I'll just fill whoever's missing a spot. I can be stealthy when I need to be.
Is there any particular avenue that you'd wish to look through?
I'll be honest, I haven't met this Catlin lady. That Benjamin guy is real suspicious, but I don't know how far I'd get with him.
Then maybe you go with Murray today.
Sure.
Alright.
Engine, you seem pretty confident out of all of us. I'm assuming you maybe want to do this alone.
That is what is best.
Unless you want to come with us, then you can. I didn't
Well-
want to make it feel like you didn't need to be part of the team. I'm just saying.
Well, Hotshot, you continuously talk about how you're the leader. What do you think is the best course of action?
Like I said, I believe Mr. Dirtlaw has the right idea of divide and conquer.
And
But Mr. Vierce said he wanted to look at Missy Lolly. I can't say it. I can't say it.
Engine.
Me as a person
Yalia.
Cannot
Yalia.
say it.
Yalia. It's
Yalia. Miss Yalia. However, didn't you not want to look into Mr. Ridge, Mr. Dirtlaw?
Yes, I do.
Conflict
about
of interest.
What about you then, Engine? What do you want to do?
That depends. What do you and Miss Support plan on searching on?
Well, I figured since we seem to have the most ins with Benjamin. We should probably go check him out, right?
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, if I go near that woman one more time, this might no longer be a stealth mission.
Yeah, she was a bit of a...
Yeah, we definitely don't.
Excuse my language, biatch. So,
And to even the playing field, I suppose I should go investigate her some more.
well, you got that. What about you, Midori? What are you gonna do? What? Why are you asking my opinion?
Well, if we're going to figure out who exactly is the one responsible for what's going on here, it would be nice to have your cooperation.
This is weird. I've never done this before. I've never had the ability to divvy up responsibilities.
Well,
I'll
the
go
first
with-
time for everything. So what do you say?
As she looks away from you, she's going to look towards Ilaria and Amon. Ilaria was quite nice to me the other night, and Amon fed me. And I guess I'm the most comfortable around those two. I suppose Engine isn't too bad either. But that guy over there doesn't like me, as she points to Mogarn. And I definitely don't want to be around that one, as she points to Murray. So, listen, man, you're gonna pay for that comment you said earlier.
Very poor choice of words.
Very poor choice
Your
of
choice
words.
of words
and-
has reversed her social link instantly.
Oh no.
That's not
Yeah, that was like about one of the worst things you could
Boy.
Your actions
so
have
she-
consequences.
Your actions absolutely do.
When
These
will
are-
you learn?
These are people. They take what you say into account. She's going to.
Yo, it's a
look
telltale
toward-
game.
It is. Like I said, Amo Midori will remember that, Murray. You'll maybe have to smooth that over with her eventually. Ilaria and Amon, she's going to say, I'll go with you two. I'll have to stay well out of sight, though, if they find out that I'm a goblin or, you know, the person they're looking for, because they still think I'm the one at fault. And it'll be quite the problem. So I'll rely on you guys to do most of the talking.
If
Miss
while we're
Ringo.
doing talking, you could find information.
How
That would
well
be
are
just
you
as
in
fine.
infiltration?
Pretty good. It's kind of all I'm good at. Talking to people isn't very easy. I mean, you're
believe
like,
it would be in your best interest to see about Mr. Ridge's establishment, while Miss Sapore and Mr. Lucifero divert their attentions.
That's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie, this is the longest I've talked to anyone in about... I don't know if I've ever talked to anyone more longer than this.
Well, it's as Mary said, there's a first time for everything.
True. Alright. I guess we split up now.
We'll see you on the other side.
Good luck in
Yeah,
your
the other side.
endeavors, or whatever.
We don't do that.
Good luck, everybody! You're gonna do great! Alright.
We shall see each other soon.
With that, we now have 2 investigation groups. You will have the day. We've got a bit of time left. We'll see if you can gather any more information before the big night. As we do this, let's just say, how about, dang, 2 NPCs with Ilaria? Dang, okay, Ilaria,
manage.
Ilaria and, I mean, Engine's, like, trying to be the leader, How about Alaria and engine roll? Whoever gets higher will be who we do first. Sorry,
Could have just
Mireille
did
and
the
Mo.
coin flip.
I could have just coin flipped it.
We
Yes,
can't
you know what?
just
That's the way.
coin flip. Yeah.
That is better. I didn't mean to make it like a thing. I was gonna be like, what if everyone rolls together? But I'm like, I don't want to be responsible for 2 of the rolls. All right. Since Bryce is, you know what? Never mind. Heads. We'll start with Team Alaria, Amo, and Midori. And tails. We'll start with Team Mogarn, Murray, and Engine.
Tails.
It is tails. We will start with Team Mogarn, Murray, and Engine. All right. The 3 of you are all together. What are you going to be doing for the day?
I'm gonna be gathering information. Just gathering information about Benjamin.
We're looking for Katla, or whatever her name is.
Oh, Catla.
Catlin?
Okay,
Catlin.
Catlin.
You
Catlin.
can do both. You technically don't need to.
Yeah, you can do
specifically-
both.
You
Well, I
can do
guess.
both.
Yeah.
Let's just. I'm gonna do Catlin.
You know,
That's
we know that Amon and Ilaria are going to directly confront Benjamin, but you can ask around to people how they see Benjamin.
I'm gonna see if any of her crew member is going to be talking.
Well, actually,
Batman style.
Mm.
I'm
But
gonna,
during
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
day-
inquire about.
Ooh.
I'm gonna inquire about Catlin.
All right, so I guess each of you don't all have to do the same thing. So, makes kind of the idea of teams a bit weird, but at the same time, let's start with Mogarn because I said your name first. What is
Okay.
Mogarn intending to do?
Good question. Is Catlin still like
Catlin?
just sort of standing on her? Good lord, is Catlin still just sort of standing on her perch, yelling at her workers?
She's not in that exact area, but she is still out and about at the port. If you want to go directly talk to her, seems this is the norm for her.
No, I just kind of want to observe. I'm gonna put on my infiltrator armor, and I'm just gonna sort of
Check
See-
out.
Trying to listen.
sit
All right.
sit in a shadowy corner and observe.
Is anyone going to help him with that, or is that just going to be Mogarn? What he's doing?
I think that's just gonna be my car.
All right,
Yeah,
we will start with that. What are you trying to do specifically? Trying to just perceive her, hear
Yeah,
what she's saying.
I'll roll
stuff like
perception.
that.
I'll just roll perception. Come on! I've gotten like 3 3s today. That's a 4.
Oh.
With a 4, as you try to kind of examine from a bit of a distance to try and hear or understand of what Catlin's doing, it seems that it's quite the busy day today, and all the noise and the bustling about makes it kind of hard to pick up anything. The only takeaway you can get from is like, wow, she should probably be wearing a more concealing shirt. That's about it.
God, this place is
4.
noisy. Oh, what the hell am I doing here? I'm gonna meet up with the others.
With that, Murray, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna inquire about Catlin, just the very citizens.
You want to? Okay, do you want to go to like random citizens in particular?
Yeah.
I'd say you pick up. You find Rory again. Let's bring Rory back. Hey, how's it going there, Mr. Murray? Was it right?
Yeah, Maradella.
Hey, what's going on there, buddy?
Yeah, I just you know Catlin, right?
Yeah, a Vialia trade company.
Do you have any more information about her?
What do you want to know?
About what's her shipment?
I'm gonna say roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I am proficient in that.
Well, let's go.
14.
14. A lot of 14s today.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
need
wish
to
we
work
had
on
a
this one.
14.
With a 14, I'm gonna say you can find out a bit of information. What are you asking specifically for? Like, does she
About
slave
like,
people?
and, how many? She ship ship slaves.
Do you actually
I
ask
know that
that?
sounds a bit. No. About like, what do their shipments look like? Like, great.
Oh, I mean, she trades all kinds of stuff. She's a lot more involved, let's say. You know, she's always like going on the ships and like making sure all her men are like keeping shit together. You know, in terms of like how she does things, I mean, she's very active. As far as I'm concerned, she kind of leaves paperwork to her men. I mean, she doesn't like to do it as far as what I've heard. Um, she's also kind of mean, but I mean, she's efficient as well. I mean, the men don't follow her just because she's, you know, just because she's attractive or anything. Uh, you know, she's a well-paying worker. I mean, she gets into it herself. Anything she asks of other people, she does herself. And well, she's a bit of a loudmouth, I would say. At the very least, she plays her workers well. I mean, that's something. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's always overseeing everything, making sure that everything is up to code and whatever. But she provides some goods, you know? She makes sure that, like, food and, like, materials get everywhere across the coast of Terran Liber, even to the inlands. She's a reliable woman.
All right. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Hey, have a good day.
You too.
All right. Is that all you kind of want to do? Is you want to ask anything else?
Hey, Lyric, before I go, do you know anybody else that I could ask about that knows a little about her as well?
Well, I guess you could ask one of her workers or something. Not a lot of people here stick around, so I mean, nobody really knows out that much about her from the bare essentials. I mean, I run a shop here, so you know I know a bit. But if there's anybody you're gonna get more information out of, it'd probably be one of the people who works for her. With that, I believe Engine, you are going to do that very thing.
Yes, I'm going to find one of her workers who is out of eye and earshot of her.
I'm going to say you find a blue tiefling, I would say.
I'm gonna try to appear from the shadows.
Roll me a stealth check.
A Drago move, I see.
Exactly. That's a funny Nomura number. That's a 13.
I'm gonna say all you had to do was beat like a 10. This is like a random guy, so I would say it's not. What are you doing specifically?
As he goes about his business, a fine job you have here.
Whoa! What the? Whoa, buddy! Where the hell did you come from?
From the shadows I appear.
It's broad daylight. How did you do that?
I have my methods.
Wait a minute. Weren't you here the other day or something?
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. All that
Hmm.
matters now is that I acquire information from you.
Like
If you do not
what?
oblige me, then there will be deadly consequences.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the hell, man? Are you threatening me?
That depends. Do you plan on being open and honest?
Roll me an intimidation check.
That is a 10.
I'm gonna say with a 10, you're not really scaring this guy. He does seem to be cautious around you, but he's not actively afraid. Alright. What are you asking specifically? Like, what's the deal here?
I need to know more about the type of shipments that you do.
That's not exactly information I can just give out to some nobody.
I suppose you wouldn't mind being, let's say, caught between two nations who acquire some information about this place, who will come asking questions, who will be dishing out justice.
You're saying a lot of big words there, buddy. But listen here. I do honest work for this company. There's nothing you have on me or anything. I'm not gonna let you
Insight that.
All right, go ahead.
Insight that. Insight that. That is oh shoot, I forgot how massive my insight is. That's 18.
With an 18, you can tell that this guy just doesn't really know like what your situation is. Neither does your group, by the way. He's basically going off of the idea that like he has no idea who you are, but he's using, you know, he's not letting some random guy trying to push him around. He's trying to kind of use his authority as like, hey, I work for a trade company that's kind of big in this small town. You can tell that he's just trying to stand his ground and not be pushed around.
I see. So if the King of New Venetia were to come here to verify some allegations, then you would be squeaky clean then.
Yeah, go ahead. You think the King of New Venetia is gonna pay attention to this little place here? Some worker? I'm innocent. I pay my taxes, you know, I show up every day on time and then go home after a hard day's work. Alright? So I don't need to hear you threaten me with some kind of authority. I mean, who the hell are you? You know, as far as I'm concerned, this is harassment. I could have you arrested.
You'd find that particularly difficult, because I have friends in high places, and when they hear about certain things going on in this town, they will not be happy.
Oh, they won't. Well, what are you trying to imply here, buddy?
I will ask this simply. If you do not answer honestly, then that will be your last mistake. Your night shipments, are they fair and honest?
And you first roll me intimidation.
Come on,
Once more.
Can I get a good roll here?
Come on.
Come on.
That's a 7.
He's not
Oh.
intimidated. In fact, he's less intimidated than he was before.
Oh no.
As you say that, he says, "What the hell are you trying to imply here? Of course they're fair and honest. Anybody here could tell you that."
I'm gonna insight that.
Go ahead.
That's a 10. What's with all these low rolls today?
He's being honest. He seems to genuinely think. He says, "Hey, listen, I don't know what you're trying to get at here with Miss Yalia, but she's an honest working woman. You know, she yells a lot. All right, I get it. Like she's a bit crude, but she's running an honest business here. And
Are you completely certain of that?
listen, man, I show up, I do what I have to, and then I go home. All right."
There are no rumors going around here or anything?
I mean, apart from that short Spectre thing, not really. I mean, yeah, we get night shipments, but I mean, it's mostly just like grain, rice, like some meats, some cloths, stuff like that, you know? And I'll have you know that Miss Yalia makes sure that everything on the ship is good to go every time. She is one of the most thorough workers you have ever seen. She's always making sure that the shipments are good. Always. I am a proud worker for the Yalia Trading Company.
I'm going to slip back into the shadows and appear with my sword at his neck behind him.
Go ahead. Roll me frickin' intimidation, I guess. Actually, roll me stealth to see if you can actually do that. You're in broad daylight, and he's looking directly at you. Roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Alright. Oh, jeez. I got a 5.
As you try to kind of run around and get behind him, he easily sees you, and as you try to draw your sword, he draws his in response as you try to pull out a weapon. What the fuck are you doing, man? Put that away! Hey, Catelyn,
I need
Catelyn!
to be
Call
completely
the
sure.
authorities! Call the authorities right now! What the hell are you saying?
I need to be
What the
completely
fuck?
sure.
What the hell are you doing? This is...
Are you speaking the truth?
As an audience is now gathering around the showboat you have just made, there are now many eyes watching you. It seems like many of the mass public have begun looking. They now see that you have drawn a weapon on just a worker here. And several men around you now begin drawing their own blades. Hey, put the weapon down, buddy. The fuck you think you're doing?
What you speak is true.
I don't need to talk to you anymore, buddy. You just tried to pull a weapon on me. Don't think I just... And now I got everyone here. Are you really gonna start some shit right here? As far as I'm concerned, you already have enough to be arrested. As Catelyn steps forward. Well.
I am going
What the
to
fuck?
disappear into the water.
Oh, you're gonna try and jump into the water?
I'm going to make it look like I go into the water.
How are you gonna do that? You're going to look like you're... Okay, so you're out in the open.
You're going to try to rock climb on the side of the dock?
What you are essentially doing... You have an entire crowd looking at you. You are effectively almost entirely surrounded, except for the water that is right next to you on the dock. If you jump in, you probably can try and get away. I will say, though, if you run right now, you are definitely just going to... You already have done enough that you have put basically a target on your head in Selvin. But I would say you're trying to swim away is what you're trying to do. Are you trying to, like... I can say you can jump in the water. Roll me then a stealth check with disadvantage.
No, I won't jump. I'll put away my weapon.
Alright, okay. I was like, shit is about to get like, everyone's about to be like, oh no. Don't you just love in D&D when you accidentally piss off a town? As you put your sword away, all the guys say, what do you think, Catelyn? Well. Now, what is this bright and early in the morning? Well, I guess it's not early anymore. What the fuck do you think you're doing there, Mr. Engine, was it?
Greetings, Miss Yalia. I just heard some things and had to verify.
Right. And what the hell gives you the gall to draw your weapon on one of my men? Where the hell do you get the balls in broad daylight trying to pick a fight with me?
Who said I was trying to pick a fight with you?
You're picking a fight with one of my men.
If I had issue with you,
you're picking a fight
then
with
I
me.
would go directly to you.
You're picking a fight with my men. It means you're picking a fight with me. If you want to ask me a question, if you want to harass one of my employees, then you better just come and talk to me yourself. You disgrace. So come on. Why are you harassing my employee? What's so important that you have to draw your frickin' sword on him? You better answer now, or I'll just have you arrested. At the very least, you'll be questioned for the day.
I heard that this man was telling some interesting tales.
Some interesting tales. And what was he saying?
He was speaking ill of certain people.
Oh, okay. And these people are?
He stated that the royal family of Oceanside were a bunch of no-good, rotten couths who don't know what they're doing. I cannot stand for such baseless accusations.
From what I'm getting, this is not exactly a deception check, because this is what it sounds like Engine actually believes. Is that correct? Am I correct, or are you trying to deceive? Or is it like you took it that way?
I took it that way, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So it's like, it's not really like you're deceiving. I'm gonna say, Catelyn's going to insight you and see the meaning behind that statement. What? What are you talking about? Oh my. What were you saying? I didn't say anything. I don't even know what he's talking about. I didn't even talk about Oceanside. I just, like, he tried to use like some authority of like New Venetia and Oceanside to like try and harass me and try to get like information out of me. But I like didn't even say anyone's name. Like, I don't even know what he's talking about. Well, seems like you're starting a big fuss over nothing. Hell's your problem? As she kind of like walks over some authority figures, kind of like some I guess they guardsmen, kind of like the Terran Liber equivalent of like the police, kind of come over and they start as they approach you. Since you put away your weapon, Catelyn has kind of agreed to let this all be. We don't want to fight out here in the open. You're kind of causing a bit of a disturbance. Sir, I'm afraid we're going to have to ask you to leave Selvin by the end of the day. You can't be doing this kind of thing in public. It's not acceptable. You can't just threaten people on baseless grounds entirely. Lots of witnesses report that you came at this man yelling things. Is it perhaps you've had a bit too much to drink? Doesn't sound or smell like you have any booze on you, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave by the end of today. We can escort you back to your place. You can gather your things, and we'll pay close attention. Please don't fight back. Don't make a scene. Just go quietly, and this is all be fine. All right? We don't want any trouble. We're a humble little place. We just want some peace and quiet. All right?
I'm sure you all do.
All right. Are you staying somewhere?
Somewhere nearby.
All right, sir. You lead the way. We'll follow. We're just doing it as a precaution. You should understand. You pulled a weapon on an innocent man, unprovoked. All right. What are you gonna do?
Going to sort of go in a direction like near the train station, try to disappear in the crowd. Not obvious, like oh no, they lost me anyway.
Roll me a stealth check.
If there's a time to get a
Finally,
good roll, it's now.
Roll that's in the double digits. That's a 22.
All right, tell me exactly how you are trying to do this. Like, what is the plan
so
here?
imagine
What are you trying to
during
make the police think?
During the day, like, there are a lot of people, like, sort of walking around near the train station, like, getting off and stuff. I'm gonna go in the direction of the train station, like, in the station itself, and sort of disappear in the crowd and make it look like I just left.
So you're basically making it seem like you walked on the train, and then you're going to not actually go on the train and stay. So convince them. I would say with the roll you got, you successfully do this. However, you now need to be very careful about how you travel in Selvin. Honestly, if you took off your mask and change your outfit completely, you could probably walk around just fine.
Yeah, I probably could.
You're not going to, though, because I know you. Let me just say
that would be too easy.
Murray Mogarn, you saw that whole thing go down with Engine. You saw the whole thing from start to finish. You saw it.
Except I literally was not here.
You were looking in the area at Catelyn. Remember?
No, Mitch. Spencer of a real life person, was not present for any of that. I got a
that's-
call.
What you
Oh,
missed is that I
shit
got
went down
terrible
tonight,
dice rolls.
and
you
I
did.
had to take
I
it.
got a BRB, sorry, all good. And you're threatening it. Our leader, yep. Oh! Yep. Oh! Oh!
Jesus fucking.
Oh, I gotta be honest, Engine.
So,
that could not
I
have
would
gone
much
more
rather-
wrong.
I would much rather roleplay it as Mogarn, I don't know, got lost or something, and he has to hear it from Murray.
Yeah, Murray,
got
you definitely.
terrible rolls.
Yep,
Listen,
but
you
like
see what
you
I
did-
was going for, but my rolls were terrible.
I'm sorry, but in what universe is drawing a sword on a guy in broad daylight when there's a public around, which I stated there was, a good idea?
Yeah, even
Well, I said I
even
went
at the
to
end
a
of the-
person who's like out of eye shot.
You didn't clarify that. You said I go up to
I
a guy.
did. I did. I literally
You
said
did.
that I'm going to go to a person who is out of eye and earshot.
I would
Of-
still,
of
I would
Catelyn.
still say the act of drawing a weapon and then him drawing a weapon and then making a fuss and then calling out did kind of summon a crowd.
Yeah.
I would say that in
I get
itself.
that part, but I was not like directly. I did not like was directly doing this in front of everyone. Is what
It
I meant.
is. It is under. It is.
I did
unfortunate.
hear a guy near Catelyn, so I must have interpreted it because Catelyn was mostly out in the open. So that's
Mhm.
bad on my part, but I still think the same outcome probably would have happened.
Yeah.
So that went down. Murray saw the whole thing. Sadly, we are getting really close to the end here. I'm hard pressed to just end it right now. That's a pretty dramatic way to end the session. I think that's a really good stopping point.
I'll have to watch back the recording.
Yeah, you have that. All right, everyone.
Yeah,
What
no,
is
like
it?
this is like
My luck today is
I,
awful.
Oh, you're telling
And that
me?
basically
I think the highest roll I got was a 13.
yesterday.
Oh no!